Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is now just 71 days away from its official release by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio, as well as creator George Lucas. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, what's really exciting about Episode 9 is that, of course, this film is going to focus on Rey's lineage/identity and even her family. That's really going to be a main part of the story of Episode 9, as J.J. Abrams confirmed over at D23 and over at Star Wars Celebration, that Reys Family really is, of course, the central piece of the story that's really going to bring some of the characters together, and that really raises a lot of questions as to exactly where this is all going. Now, on top of all this, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting for Episode 9. Now, specifically, a description of a sequence where it's explained that Rey is traveling to a place called the Lost City, where she is searching for a location called the Lake of Dreams. It's described that as Rey makes her way through the location, she is said to discover the Lake of Dreams, which is said to be a powerful Force nexus that connects to the netherworld of the Force and to the beyond. It's described that once Rey goes in, she begins to hear the Force Ghost voice of Anakin Skywalker, who is said to sound far older than ever before, where he is said to sound more wise, as well as giving Rey a lesson about the Force. Now, it's described that one of the sequences is said to involve a moment in which Anakin is able to provide Rey a vision of her family that will allow her to know the truth. Further, where it's said that the vision that Anakin allows Rey to witness is said to reveal that Rey also has an older brother somewhere in the galaxy, that it's unclear if her brother was killed just like her parents by the Sith loyalist. It's explained that Rey's family will be a big focus in the film, and that it's said to be connected to a large revelation of Palpatine in the third act of the film by Disney. So let's go over a couple of parts about this. Now, the biggest thing about this, of course, is Rey's brother. Now, we actually talked about this some months ago. There were a lot of leaked hints that we were talking about, of course, one of the actors on set in the form of a vision that actually was being portrayed in front of Rey by Daisy Ridley, that was actually dubbed as Rey's brother/sibling, I should say. And what's really intriguing about that is that, of course, this is, of course, Anakin Skywalker's Force Ghost from the Netherworld, allowing Rey to see this particular vision of course, her family, her parents, her mother, her father, and, of course, her brother, but it's unclear as to whether or not her sibling is alive or dead, and that really is a big question here. Now, the fact that Rey's family is said to have a direct link, or a direct revelation involved with the character of Darth Sidious, I believe also connects to how the other leaks that we've been going over, that, of course, Palpatine is the grandfather of Rey, or Rey is the granddaughter of Palpatine, etc., and that seems to be the theme that they are going for. We have the grandson of course, Darth Vader, fighting, of course, the granddaughter of Palpatine. It's kind of poetic if you think about it, and that's what I love so much about it. So, when we look at, of course, this particular scene in the Lake of Dreams, the Lake of Dreams is said to be a very powerful Force nexus, if not the most powerful one in the Outer Rim, that's located on this unknown world underneath the surface, that allows Rey to connect directly to the beyond and to the netherworld of the Force, and hence why she's able to communicate with Anakin in this particular way. And the fact that Anakin allows Rey to see a particular vision, not just of her parents, but also of her brother at one point in time, that really does raise a lot of questions, because I think it really does kind of just make us think back to The Force Awakens, where she tells BB-8, who she's looking for, who she's waiting for. She says, for my family, they'll be back one day. She didn't say parents specifically, but she just did, my family, which could range from anybody. It could be her parents, it could be a brother, sister, whatever have you. So, the other piece that I do want to go over here that I think really interests me a lot more is the fact that the revelation of Palpatine will, in fact, be connected to this particular sequence. So, there's a lot of other things that we have talked about the Sith Loyalist. In case you guys have no idea who he is, the Sith Loyalist is actually said to be a part of the vision sequences that will show how Rey's parents were killed. And that's also going to explain why Rey is going to become furious at a certain point in time in the film when she's fighting Kylo Ren, and Kylo Ren allows her to see these particular visions. So, the thing about Episode 9 is that you can really see that it is all about family, it's all about tragedy in this movie, and of course, redemption. That's exactly what they're aiming to do once more in the Skywalker saga, to give us a very interesting story with these new characters that will reflect on the past characters of the originals and the prequels in different ways. Now, the other thing that I think a lot of fans are really going to respect is, of course, how Palpatine is said to be a big piece of this movie. A lot of the reshoots basically doubled his screen time, which I think is great. I think that's a good move by Disney in order to give Palpatine more screen time. In following that, though, they had to cut the new villain. You guys may have heard about this just yesterday. They had to cut out the new villain in order to give Palpatine more screen time and more twists and turns related to his character. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.